it's Mrs. Lee here. It's assembly number 4. Right, shall we start with our usual routine? Yes, Mrs. Lee. The first thing we need to do is, what's the time, Mr. Wolf? Let's have a look at the clock. Oh my gosh, this is going to be quite a tricky one for some of you. All right, so bear with me. Now, the long hand, that's the minute hand, was on the number 12, but it's now on the number 1. And what that means is it's 5 past. All right, so can you say that for me? 5 past. Now, what hour was it just a minute ago? What hour was it? Well, I can tell you that by looking at the shorthand. That's the hour hand, and it's on the number 5. So it is 5 minutes past 5. So we have started the new hour of 5 o'clock, and we're 5 minutes into it. All right. What else have we got? Oh, our language of the month. That's right. We are saying labas, which means hello in Lithuanian. Can you do it with me? Labas. And we also have our Makaton sign of the week. Yes, that's right. One hand here, one hand on top, bringing it up, and it means, say it with me, helpful. Have you been helpful at home? And have you been helpful in school today? Yes! So many of you came back to school today and you were very helpful. I saw children with good listening ears. So when I said, because I was a midday supervisor today, wasn't I, for some of you, when I said, please don't go on the icy green bits of this playground, you listened and you were helpful. So Mrs. Lee didn't have to do any first aid slips, did she? Thank you, everybody. I want to think about that word helpful again in one moment. Before we do, I've got in my basket lots of things to show you. I wonder if you remember this Makaton sign. I'm coming close. This Makaton sign here, I've got 2 different bits to do. The first bit that we need to do is put a flat hand and move it slightly forward into a good hand. So if I stand back a little bit, you'll be able to see. So my hand is flat on my chest. I'm bringing it out to make the good sign. That's the first part. And then the second part is I bring my hands like this and I move them slightly down, okay? So let's put that all together. It goes like this. Out to the good, twist it round and come down. Now, I wonder if you can remember what that Makaton sign is. Yes, it means superhero. So let's do it together. Ready? Hand flat, move it forward into the good, twist it, bring it down. Superhero. Ooh, have a look around the room with your good looking eyes. I mean, you might be at home or you might be in the classroom. Can you see a superhero? Is there somebody flying through the classroom? No, there isn't. Well, I hope not. And I hope that you can't see anybody with one of these on their chest. Who would be wearing that? There shouldn't be any Batmans in school today. What about this one? Ready? Who might be wearing that on their chest? Yep, we don't want any Supermans or Supergirl. What about this one? This one's a really tricky one. I wonder if you're up to speed with this one. That's right, Wonder Woman. Now, we don't want any of these in our school really, with their capes flying and their crowns, do we? But we would like to have some superheroes. Oh gosh, I know some superheroes already. Do you? I'll give you a few little seconds to think about or point at who is a superhero. Yes. Probably the grown-up that is staring at you right at the moment is a superhero. Your mum, your dad, maybe your auntie, maybe your granddad, maybe your class teacher, maybe the teaching assistant. I think they are superheroes because they've worked really, really hard this week, haven't they? They've been trying their very, very best to make it good for you. They've been very, we would say, helpful. I would say that they are a superhero. we've also got some people, and now I know some of these people actually come into our school. They don't work in our school, but they come sometimes because they're your grown-up. Some of these people wear this symbol. Have you noticed this symbol anywhere in the community? Yes, that's right. If you've ever been to hospital, put your hand up now. If you've ever been to the doctor, put your hand up now. And I bet some of you have been to the dentist and you would have seen this sign. Now I'm going to give you a few seconds just to talk to the person nearest to you and tell me, what does that sign mean? I think when I see this sign, I think of superheroes, but actually the letters mean something. They stand for something. And if you said National Health Service, give yourselves a pat on the back. Super work. The NHS, the National Health Service, it is an amazing, super organisation that works for you and it works for me. And I know that I've been hearing rumours that people might be going to stand outside again, like we did in the first lockdown, and do some clapping. I wonder if that will happen again. It'll be good. I'll be listening out. I know some of my neighbours got out pots and pans and were banging, so we couldn't miss it. And it used to be at 8 o'clock, didn't it? Anyway, there are lots of superheroes in our community, and I know that some of your grown-ups are superheroes that work for the NHS. And they don't have a cape, they don't have a crown, do they? They might have a uniform they have to wear, and I bet a lot of them at the moment are wearing a mask, aren't they? And a visor, gloves, and they're trying to keep themselves healthy and safe. And they're looking after you and me while they do that. So I'm going to give them a clap now. Do you think you could join in with me? Super work. Ooh. Now, it's really nice to shout out about something, isn't it? It's really lovely to be able to say, yes, I really am so happy and so proud that I'm going to clap the NHS because I think they're superheroes. Now, I would like to start up a little book. Now, we've done this before, so if you are in year 1 or in year 2, you will have seen this book before. I'm going to open up the cover. Can you read that? It's the Shout Out book. And inside this Shout Out book, I would like to put in some superheroes, and you can become a superhero. Mrs. Lee's not going to ask you to become a doctor, not just yet. I hope you're working hard to become one. I'm not going to ask you to become a nurse. You can pretend to be a nurse, though, when you're playing at home. What I'm going to ask you to do, though, is to get yourself shining. I want to see that you are being recognised by your grown-up at home or by the grown-ups in school for doing maybe one of the 7 golden rules. Maybe you have been working really hard. Maybe you have been listening really carefully. Maybe you have turned into such a helpful person that whenever you speak, you use those good manners. Now, if you start to shine, you know what I mean by that. People will see you, won't they? And they'll hear you and they'll think, so-and-so is being very polite. Oh, so-and-so is being a real involved iguana. So-and-so has been trying very, very hard at home with all the homework posters. If you are one of those people, then you are going to go in my shout-out book. All right? Now, I haven't got any names in my shout-out book just yet, unfortunately. What I need you to do is to nag your grown-up. Oh, we do like to nag grown-ups. Get your own back, wag your finger at your grown-up and say, please, can you sign up the permission Microsoft Forms that Mrs. Lee will send out tomorrow on another email so that I can get my name in there when it's my turn. Such a shame if I can't say your name. Oh, shall we have a story? I think we should. Now, the story that I've chosen today is obviously linked to, what's that sign again? Superhero. My book is called Superhero Like You. Oh, look at there. Lots and lots of pictures on the front. Very, very busy front cover. It's a book about a girl called Lily who knows exactly what she wants to be when she grows up. Any ideas? That's right, she wants to be a superhero. Do you want to be a superhero? Work hard then. Right, should we have a read of the story? Okay, so I need to see your good listening ears and I need to see your good looking eyes. Lovely. So the story is called A Superhero Like You, and it's illustrated by a man called Liam, but it's actually written by somebody with these special letters at the beginning of their name. Do you know what that abbreviation means? That's right, Doctor. So it is written by Dr. Ranj, and this book, it's a really cool book, and you might be able to get it on Amazon or maybe at W.H. Smith's. Gosh, you might be able to buy it from any shop. It's a really, really lovely book because every time you buy one, 35p from the book will go to NHS charities. That's a really good thing, isn't it? Right, let's listen to the story. One morning, Lily woke up with a very big idea. She knew she had to tell someone straight away. You see her in her bed. Mum was getting ready for work. Guess what, Mum? Said Lily. I know what I'm going to do when I grow up. I'm going to be a superhero. A superhero? Said Mum. Ah, like Captain Splat and Super Sock. No, Mummy, said Lily. I'm not going to be one of those silly superheroes. I don't want to climb up the side of buildings or wear my pants outside my trousers. I want to be a real superhero, the kind that helps people and makes the world a better place. Ooh, that's a great idea, said Mum. But what will you do when you're a real grown-up superhero? Oh, there's so many things I could do, said Lily, thinking. Maybe I will be a doctor. When someone feels poorly, I'll use my super caring skills to make them better. Oh, I think you'd be very good at that, Lily, said Mum. Or I could be, Nina, a firefighter. If there's trouble in town, I'll race to the rescue in my speedy red fire engine. And when I sound my super siren, everyone will know that help is on the way. Perhaps I'll be a teacher. My classroom will be full of fun. Together we can explore space, make art, meet creepy crawlers and travel all over the world. It would be amazing to fly on an air ambulance. When someone is hurt, I'll be the first at the scene. I'll fly through the clouds, high above the world, bringing help to wherever it's needed. She's got lots of ideas, this girl, hasn't she? Or maybe I could be a carer. I'll meet amazing people and treat them all with kindness and love. We'll share memories and make new ones together. And dancing. And laughing. And telling stories. Maybe I'll be a recycling truck driver. I'll steer my super cool truck down the city streets, collecting old things to make into new, just like magic. And I'll help look after our amazing planet, and I'll help my neighbours too. Oh my gosh, but what about if I was a super scientist? Just imagine the incredible things I could do. I'll make amazing new discoveries in my lab. I'll even make new medicines to help people who are sick. Or maybe I'll be a vet and I'll look after poorly puppies and grumpy guinea pigs until they feel better. And with gentle care and lots of love, I'll help them get back on their paws in no time at all. You see, Mummy, said Lily, there are so many ways that I can be a superhero. I know that I'm small, but my superpowers of kindness, care, and love are big. And I'm going to use them to make the world a better place. When I grow up, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a superhero, Mummy, said Lily. Just like you. What do you think Lily's mummy is? Can you see? That's right, she's a doctor. Oh, I really enjoyed that book. Show it to you one more time. Maybe it's a book that you'd like to try and get hold of if you can. Maybe you can think of other superheroes. Maybe you're going to become a superhero. I don't know. We're going to finish there, children. Okay, so there are going to be Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, 3 sleeps now until we see each other again. And then next week, Mrs. Lee will do some more assemblies, and your teachers who are at home will be making more videos. I hope that you've been watching them and learning with them. And there'll be other teachers in school who'll be working with you if you are in school. So there are lots of people being very busy at the moment, trying to get everything ready for next week. Oh, if you haven't had a paper pack, they will be coming out on Monday as well. Mrs. Lee's going to get on her bike and start cycling around. Right, what should we do now? Oh, that's right, we're going to finish off with our school prayer. All right, so I need you to close your eyes or keep them open. I need you to fold your arms or put them together. I don't mind, but I would like everybody not to shout, not to scream, but to say the words sensibly. Help me to do the things I should, to be to others kind and good, in all my work and all my play, to grow more loving every day. Amen. Now, one last thing. You know, just behind me, I've got our hip, hip, hooray, today I'm your birthday display. And it would be really nice when I do the shout out assembly with my shout out book that I can actually celebrate people's birthdays. If you have already had a birthday and I haven't said happy birthday to you yet, and I know there were people today that had a birthday who came to school, then I would love to be able to next week shout out all the birthdays. Maybe if you have your birthday in the next couple of days and you're at home, maybe your grown-up could take a photograph of you, maybe with your presents or cards or something like that, and then we can flash them up in our Friday shout-out assembly. That would be really nice. But if you can't do that, no worries, it's okay. But we do need the permissions, okay. Right, have a lovely weekend. It's been very, very cold, hasn't it, in school today and outside on the playground. We had to do lots of running to keep ourselves warm. I hope that it starts to warm up, or maybe if it's going to stay cold, we could have some snow. That would be brilliant. If I see you while I'm walking my dog, don't forget to say hello or labas.